Today is a historic day, y'all. I can't believe this. We finally have pure leverage. Leverage that we've never had before. Do you understand me? We have the momentum that we need from the wealthy elite of our own group of community of people. The WNBA, the NBA, even the MLB teams have all band together after the death of two people killed by a 17-year-old. His name was Kyle Rittenhouse. There was also a shooting of Jacob Blake a couple days ago. There have been riots in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It hurts me down in the depth of my souls because we're all so tired. We're all so exhausted, but now we have leverage. The NBA was in the bubble, in the playoffs, and now they said they can't do it anymore. They can't possibly play basketball, which does not count as much as anyone's lives, much less a black life. They said they can't do it. They're boycotting these games until they get answers from our leaders in public office and they get answers from the police. Already, both the NBA and the WNBA were making strong statements, coming in on buses to their games, their shirts, their jerseys, their warm-ups, saying Black Lives Matter, doing dedications, donating to multiple charitable causes. But now it's different. The NBA is worth billions of dollars. The playoffs is something that everybody watches in this country. You guess what happened? They said basketball ain't bigger than my black life. It wasn't when they signed the big contract, and it definitely isn't now. This is our time to shine. To all the organizers, the kids, the young adults, the mature and seasoned of us who've organized people to vote, who've been in the community centers, who've been in the prep academies, the schools, the charters, all across this country, to all the people that go unnoticed, to all the people who put in the work behind the scenes and never get thanked. Your hard work is now being conglomerated into a boycott that everybody sees. Earlier this evening, one of my favorite teams, no, bump that, my most favorite team, it's not just a dream, it's the Atlanta Dream. My favorite player on my favorite team, the starting center Elizabeth Williams, gave a keynote address on behalf of the WNBA players who've been doing a lot for Black Lives Matter over the last decade. Maya Moore, superstar with the pedigree, has been out of basketball for over 3 years now, fighting for social justice of Jonathan Irons. Our time is right now. It's so amazing, this feeling inside, when all of us have the opportunity to get on one accord to get something done that needs to be done. We need criminal reform. We need criminal justice reform, a complete sweep. We need community control of all police precincts. My skin is not a weapon. My skin is not a threat. My actions, my personality dictates what type of person that I am. It takes every basketball player who's told to shut up and dribble. No longer will be defined by the things of the content of the basketball going in the hoop. Now it's about, you will do this for us, so we're not going to do any entertaining. We're tired. We're exhausted. We don't have that much left to give. Crowds have been gathering in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We've heard about police officers doing tear gas, beating on protesters. And I was alluding to at the top of the show, Kyle Rittenhouse, 17 years old, allegedly has shot and killed 2 people and is being arrested and charged for first-degree murder. Allegedly, he wanted to be a cadet. He wanted to become a police officer. Allowed to have an automatic weapon. He's not even from the state of Wisconsin. He came all the way from Illinois and allegedly is a part of an alt-right extremist group. Our lives mean more. They always have. But when black people say enough is enough, man. When the public versions of ourselves, the Giannis Antetokounmpos, the George Hills, the LeBron James, the Paul Georges, the Kawhi Leonards, the Kennedy Carters, the Elizabeth Williams, all of these voices, we've said enough is enough. And since you guys didn't listen to us before, we're going to force you to take a look at what the problem is. They thought that the civil rights era was something. We about to show y'all something. We're sick and tired of being defenseless in front of these pigs across the country. The police officers you say are supposed to be respected, back to blue. There's a distinction between somebody's life and their job. Your job does not define you, although in a capitalistic society as in the one we live in, apparently that seems to be a case for a lot of people who drink in the Kool-Aid. Blue Lives Matter doesn't exist. The person is different from the job. It's just a function. Do police lives matter? Do all lives matter? I don't think that they do if black people are still getting killed and black people do have lives that are equal to everyone else's in this society. Tonight is a historic moment that BOJ Radio, we're going to celebrate this. We're going to build off of this movement. Ladies and gentlemen, people are demanding that justice be given for the victims that were shot by Kyle Rittenhouse and for Mr. Jacob Blake, an unarmed black man going back to his vehicle after breaking up a fight. The police showed up and ended up shooting him 7 times in the back. Was that really necessary? Was it really necessary to shoot that man 7 times in the back? What point are you trying to prove? He's paralyzed from the waist down. We don't know if he's ever going to walk again. They could have tackled him on the ground. They could have yelled his name. They could have even arrested and detained him. They didn't need to shoot him 7 times in the back. That's what cowards do. When the troops that a lot of Republicans and a lot of people who back the blue idealize, when they go overseas, they got rules of engagement they have to follow. And if any one of them did that, they'd take their ass to the gulag. Or worse, they'd be court-martialed. How come civilian police officers can't follow those same rules? You tell me. Because I ain't make the rules, but they damn sure going to change. We're going to make sure of that. A pleasant turn of events today. The WNBA, the NBA, and even some Major League Baseball teams are taking action. Some of them are talking about not playing anymore this season. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing for them to go back to their respective homes and demand justice from the public officials along with the people on the street, the everyday Joes like you and I? Wouldn't that be something if they went up to the mayor's office, to the police precinct, and said, I dare you to do something to me? You will give us justice no matter what the cost is. We deserve justice and we will get justice. And it starts with this boycott. This is a victory in the movement. Have no doubts about it. This is a victory tonight. I want you all to celebrate, but remember, we have a lot of work to do. If you're not part of a reputable organization, join one. If you're not volunteering, start volunteering. If you need any way to help out, we need people out on the street. So let me say this. Protect black women at all costs. There aren't any exceptions. That includes the women in the WNBA. When I go on Twitter and I see people disrespecting those black women, just because you may not be attracted to that woman doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be protected. Just because she's not your sister, auntie, grandma, cousin, that doesn't mean she doesn't need to be protected. We're protecting black women at all costs. Black women don't need to be on the front lines of this movement. Not when they're out there shooting like that. Our black men, the Fruit of Islam, the Black Panthers, the Not Fucking Around Coalition, the black men, NAGA, we're going to be on the front lines. They want to shoot? We all have a right to bear arms under the auspices of the Constitution, since that's the game that we want to play. But tonight is a win. Even on the Inside the NBA show, Kenny Smith, as a former player himself, Kenny the Jet Smith, said, "I can't do this, I have to stand with my brothers and sisters." He walked off the TV show. That's what we got to start doing. We all got to do it together in order to get the change that we so badly need in this country. We're tired. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's possible that public officials are watering down the coronavirus numbers. People are jobless. People don't have daycare for their kids. They don't have food, place to stay. Rent's too high. These things start adding up. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. I don't see nothing brave about shooting a black man 7 times in the back when he's an arm of the government. You see anything right about that? I don't. Tonight is for us. Tonight is the night where you see the headlines on Twitter, on Facebook, MSNBC, CNN, all the other networks. And you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision in your heart. Despite the color of your skin, where you came from, who you rep. You got to make a decision. Do Black Lives Matter tonight? Will you stand by your brothers and sisters? Will you stand beside your co-workers and your classmates and the people that are in your life that are black? Will you stand beside them and understand that this is one of the most important things of our life because we are losing our lives? We are losing our lives, but no more. We will stand and fight. We will not stop fighting for our rights. The Beastie Boys said you got to fight for your right to party. My Uncle Bob Marley said you got to fight for your rights. You just got to fight just to get the rights. The liberties and the freedoms that they said we have, we don't have them. There's proof. Because where there's one, there's more. What about all the ones that aren't shown on the camera? They happen every day. For every black person that's been killed by the police, a moment of silence. We're going to get through this together. BOJ Radio, myself, Jaggy Savage, we will be here every step of the way. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Till next time.